So we haven't gotten a trailer yet for the All-Star or DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. I was gonna say All-Star Kart, but I wanted to make this relative because this is the game that they most recently developed for Bamtang, who made Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. I had so much fun playing this. I still like playing the game, but I'm thinking it's gonna probably play something like this in a way because they have crew members, characters that's gonna be crew or characters that's going to be part of the crew and so much more. And I think some of the trolls are going to play a factor when you play the game for DreamWorks. And for today's video, I wanted to talk about this for a while now. Let's talk about the confirmed characters that we have right now in the game. And as far as character news, and we still haven't gotten a trailer. We don't know what's going to happen for the game yet. And apparently this is coming out in October, mid-October. I can't wait to play this game, and I'm hoping they have voice lines. So we see just all the characters that I wanted to have listed while I play this, and I wanted to keep this up on the screen because this is a game that they recently developed. We got SpongeBob and all the Ninja Turtles. Look at these characters. Maybe we're gonna have a good amount of characters, the same amount of characters that we see in this game. I almost forgot the number of characters that we have in this. But some of the characters that we have in this game could be, well, the number could be in the next game if they decide to do DLC. I'm not sure if they will. But the DLC for this game, I wanted to bring this out and talk about was, if you want to consider it, it was Zuko right on the screen. You had to buy a turbo pack. It was sold separately eventually as the final update. And then you get Eastman Raphael, just a skin. No difference of the character. And I'm hoping that they don't do something like this. Is just have character slots wasted, and they could have been doing so much more. See the empty space under Garfield and Odie? They could have some other characters that can get added into the game, and they don't leave it behind where they can add more into the stage, well, for the game itself. So you got carts and bikes and things like that, and you see the wheels and the bikes. But I wanted to bring up the chiefs and the crew members on the screen. How many chiefs will we be able to use in DreamWorks? Maybe some of those characters that people want to see might end up being crew members from a particular series, if whatever DreamWorks movie is your favorite. We don't know for sure. And you guys can talk about some of the characters that y'all want to see take up those final slots. It's supposed to be 4 or 5 characters, I think, additionally. And then there's 2 other characters that's digital exclusives for DreamWorks. So let me know what you guys think of this list. So I'm just going to run through it. I'm not going to make it too long. Let's see these crew members. They got a good amount of crew. Look at all these crew members. See, 4, 8, 12. See, it just goes on and on. See, you see all that empty space on there? Arlene and all them? They could have done so much more. So they can do something bigger with DreamWorks. And they have a lot of amazing movies. Not to take anything away from Nickelodeon. But just let's take a look. Just keep it on the crew members. Y'all can see some of these. See, crew engineer. It doesn't matter who's a mechanic or engineer. They're still going to be able to do their thing. And hopefully these crew members will have their own abilities as well in DreamWorks. So the characters we got so far, I'm going to have this listed in the description. Shrek, Donkey, Fiona. You got it from these different movies. You got Puss in the Boots. Kitty saw Paws. And one of my favorites, Po from Kung Fu Panda. I'm glad he's in the game. You can obviously see him on the cover of the box art. Tigress, Shifu, Hiccup, Astrid, Megamind, Boss Baby. I can't believe he's playable. That's such a good movie. Boss Baby, Mr. Wolf, and then 2 digital exclusives, Death and Master Oogway. So those are all the characters that we got so far. From the news and then the box art, screenshots, things like that. That's all the characters we have so far. That's confirmed to be in this game. And then the digital exclusives. Are you guys going to go after Death? Or are you guys going to go after Master Oogway? If you guys are interested, I wonder if they're going to probably be a little bit overpowered. So just, I don't know, maybe they'll be probably better than certain characters that's in the game. Maybe they'll have some kind of advantages. If you get access to Death and Master Oogway, they'll probably be able to go a little bit faster with their stats. And that's something else I'm looking for too. Hopefully, they'll have different stats. I'm sure when you unlock these characters, hopefully these characters will be locked, so you could be able to unlock them and play them and earn them. And I don't want them to do what they did for this game, because some of these characters, and I'm not even exaggerating, some of the unlockables were locked behind the online, like this bike, for example. That's why I'm bringing it up today. Some of these unlockables, and not even just the characters or the racers, the crew members were locked behind online. Paint for the bike and the carts were locked behind online wins. Not even just playing online, you had to win. You're not winning the matches, you're not winning the race, you're not winning, you're not getting nothing. You're not gonna get the character, you're not gonna unlock anything, you're just gonna continue to lose, and you're not gonna get anything. You're not gaining anything. So I'm hoping that they don't do that same thing for DreamWorks. Let's say, for example, they lock Megamind behind online wins. How can you? That's just pressure for the player. And when I say that is because you gotta have online, and then on top of that, you gotta find someone to play against, and then you gotta hope that they gonna let you win if they're nice enough. And then on top of that, you gotta just win the matches several times. It's a grind. So I'm hoping that they don't do that mistake from this game. That's the only thing I didn't like how these developers did for this game as far as the unlockables. You got some of these characters like Helga. She was locked behind online when she was the only racer from all the playable racers that you guys can see in this game. She was the only racer that was locked behind online wins, but the rest of the characters, like the crew members and the paint that I just touched upon, and not even just to mention, and not even leave out the fact, some of the exhaust pipes were locked behind the online, like the fish exhaust or the fishy exhaust. And then the paint, just throw it out there. Where's it at? It's from Danny Phantom. You needed like almost near, I think you needed 92 wins online. I'm not exaggerating. You needed 92 wins online for a paint. Just for a paint job. Crazy, huh? So I'm hoping that they don't do that to none of these characters, and we'll be able to unlock them from just playing the game the right way and just playing, and maybe even they might even have an in-game shop where you can buy them and so much more. But who do you guys think the 5 characters could be? Who knows who they're gonna be able to get in? I'm hoping that they really be able to push for more characters, and they don't just do, well, that's all the rest of the character slots, and then the game doesn't get any more updates, and it just goes off into the sunset, and it's just gone. It drifts away, and then everybody stops playing the game, and then as time goes on, so it's probably not gonna have crossplay, less players are going to be able to be found online. Then, say for example, they do the same thing for online unlockables, you're not going to be able to get anything unlocked because no one's going to be playing the game. You're not going to find people to play against, and you're just not going to get them, and you're just going to be stuck. So I'm hoping that they don't do something like that for some of this kind of game. So the reason why I just wanted to have this up and running is because this is the most recent game that we got from these devs from last year for Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. I have fun playing this game. It's funny to play still, but I'm hoping that they learn their lesson and they don't do stuff like that. And then some of the bugs that this game still has, they didn't fix them. They just left it for dead. And I hope DreamWorks doesn't suffer the same thing, because they got all these different characters that they can get into the game. So, and just some characters I'll just throw out there that I want to see. Maybe Penguins of Madagascar. I like Shark Tale and so much other characters. It's so many other characters that I want to see in this game. Wallace and Gromit, just throwing the names out there. Tai Lung, Chicken Run, Ginger and Rocky. I would like to see them if that's possible. That's probably not gonna happen. Who knows? But I definitely could see Skipper from Penguins of Madagascar getting there. Ruby Gilman could be one, possibly. Oscar from Shark Tale. It just goes on and on. They got a lot of different characters from these movies that they can pick up. And I'm hoping that maybe some of those characters that I just mentioned might be in either one of those slots for those characters. But the fact that we haven't gotten a trailer yet, we don't know anything else about how the game is really going to be able to be played. How are these crew members going to really be able to play a factor? And they didn't mention any chiefs. I don't think they did. But it just meant crew members. So maybe they'll have something similar like this, up to 3. Or maybe you only get 1 crew member with their own special abilities to be granted. But I can't wait to see how it plays. So we didn't get the trailer yet. Hopefully they'll bring it out at some point. Maybe by the end of this month they'll probably bring it out. But I just wanted to see how the gameplay looks for just a little quick glimpse of how it's gonna really play. But I'm excited. Well, let me know what y'all think for some of these characters that can probably get into the game, and maybe they'll be able to expand it. Maybe some paid DLC will be able to get in and come our way with more of those different series for DreamWorks getting in to shine for the roster. The bigger, the better. And it's like, why stop? Why sell it? You just come out with a few characters. That's it. And then there's no other updates. There's nothing else to look forward to the game. And it's just out. You play it, and then you get bored of it, and then you drop it, and then you move on to something else. And then the next year comes, or the year after that, from that, and then the next game comes out. I just don't like that. So I hope they don't do that to DreamWorks. So I guess we'll find out. They have a giant series of characters that they can put in all these different movies to get represented.